and professional advancement. So if we look at the clinical practice, that's for those practitioners who have made a significant contribution to clinical practice. And you're going to show that through cases. Again, it can be at national, local, or international level. You may have shared your experience as a presenter at different conferences, and you might have published in peer-reviewed journals. If you're applying for research, then you've made a contribution to research, technical innovation, again, national or international level. You have written articles, you've published articles. The education is specific for those working as, for example, lecturers in education. You might have given several lectures at a university or conferences. You might be supervising PhD students, or you have advised universities or changed part of curriculum. Professional advancement is a slightly different category. For some of us, they are optometrists, but they also are part of government changes. You might be a president of your local optometric committee, or you have advised in local issues. So you might be a specialist advisor, and your work has made an important contribution to the standards of eye care in your country or maybe internationally. You may have been involved in public communication via newspapers, magazines, radio, or television. On the next slide, one that you see here, we've put all the requirements together. I'm sorry, I'm looking actually at a different screen as I'm presenting this. If we're looking at, let's say, education, you see all these categories. Maybe you've written part of a book, or maybe you've got a higher degree qualification. What you need to look for is for 50 points. If you're applying for 2 categories, you need to have 80 points, so 40 of each. If you're not entirely sure, please drop me a line and I will have a look at your qualifications and at your CV to find out which one is the best for you to apply to. This table, you can find that as well online in the guidelines. Now, showing your interest, the easiest way to do that is send me an email, send you a CV as well. And if you already know for which category you are applying, just write it on there. And I'll write down your name. I'll give you some advice of what the next step is. The next step is finding referees. You need 2 referees, and they are required to verify and authenticate your evidence. One of these people should be a member of the academy. They cannot be a member of the academy board of trustees or education committee or the academy manager. The referees, they are sending a form straight to me. So not first to you, but you actually ask your referees to fill in the form and then send it to me. Once we receive your application, you will be allocated a member of staff. That can be me or Ving, my colleague. And if we have a lot of applicants, we will probably ask a 3rd fellow to advise us as well. And then actually, the 3rd step is the most important step. That's the part where you are going to put up, where you're going to have a portfolio of evidence to demonstrate your achievements. What we've done, we actually are using a compulsory template. And in that template, we've actually put some questions for you to answer and to guide you through the process. So if you follow the steps in the little portfolio booklet, it will be quite easy for you to comply with the requirements. Between the categories, there are a few differences. So for example, if you are applying for the clinical part, you have to send some cases to us. So that's slightly different, but that is all written down in the guidelines, what you have to do in detail. Now, to show you where the details can be found, you go to our website, EAO online membership, become a fellow, you will see this page. And on the same page, we'll have the deadlines and, even more important, the application documents. So the first one that you are sending to us is the fellowship registration form. That's where you explain your interest. The next one is to make sure that these referee forms, that you send them to your referee, the two people that are going to be your reference. And then next, if you press the button of the fellowship submission form, that's where you can find the template for your portfolio. Should you have problems filling this in, I can also send you a Word document. Sometimes it's a bit easier to use that one. That can all be found on this website over here. At the end of the last slide, I've got a little QR code as well, which guides you through to this site. Now, as I said, in the portfolio, we would like to see some proof. Now, what proof are we thinking of? Well, you can think about PowerPoint presentations, abstracts from abstract books, publications of articles, research, letters from colleagues, your higher degree, like your master's, your MBA, or your PhD, a specialist qualification. You can think about presentations that you've done for the European Academy, for example, and make sure that if you are including a presentation, it has to be less than 5 years old. You have to also be the first author, and for publications it's the same. You have to be the first author, and the publication must be no older than 5 years. So when I'm talking about an abstract, please only use a photograph. So don't include your full abstract book or the full PowerPoint, because you can imagine how large the file is going to be, and then we're going to struggle. You have to send it through WeTransfer, and it's going to be very difficult actually for us to put it all together. So just your proof, a snip of it, and when we need more proof, then we can always ask, can you send us a little bit more? But just for the portfolio, all we need is just photographs, a little snippets from abstract books that you've done, that you've been part of a team and be the first author. Now, once we receive your portfolio, and the portfolio is sent to me or to Ving, or maybe even a third person, but we'll let you know who your point of contact is. The 2 of us or 3 of us are going to read through it. That's going to be the first check. So we're going to check that everything is in there. Then the next step is that we're actually going to ask a third person to read through it. And these assessors are all fellowships, are all fellows. They have been through exactly the same as you're going through now. So the assessors check the documents, and they advise the board whether or not you as a candidate should proceed to the final assessment stage. And that final assessment stage is this year, for next year, in 2026, in Riga. So on the 15th of May, we will invite you for the assessment. And the assessment is a short question round with the president, the chair of the fellowship program, or representatives of those, and 1 fellow assessor. Informal gathering where we ask you to clarify certain parts of your portfolio and also the proof provided. So that's another moment where we can ask you to show us some more proof of what you've sent to us. And now I'm hoping, and I can't see any names at the moment. Max, are you actually here? Because Max is our fellow. He became a fellow in May of this year. And I can't see any names.
Hi, Sonja.
Hello, Max. I can't see any photographs at the moment. So thank you for joining us, Max. So as I already said, you became a fellow in May 2025. And what I would like, I've got a few questions for you. My first one is, could you actually explain to people that are here what your reason was to become a fellow?
So basically, it was like also giving back something to the community, like to engage a little bit more with the academy, and that was one part of the reason. The other one, I think, was also the recognition that you get with the affiliation, which has been very good in practice because people are asking what's this title next to the normal title, and they see that you care a lot with continuing in education, and this was also helping a lot. And yeah, it's been a long-standing goal to become a fellow. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, these were the reasons.
How did you experience the whole process? Was it easy, rewarding, challenging?
Challenging at first, but then rewarding, I would say.
What did you think was the most challenging?
I mean, maybe driving there and don't know exactly what you're expecting for the interview. That was the maybe the big question mark in the beginning. But yeah, the cases were okay to write.
Yeah.
It's also good to do them yourselves again to see where you can improve. Also, if you write cases, I always found that helpful. And yeah, and then the interview.
Yes, and that was the most challenging, you said, because my next question is actually, how did you experience the interview stage? So when you already said at first it was a bit, you didn't know what to expect, but when you went through the interview stage, in the end, was that difficult for you? Was it easy? Was it, what was your experience of that?
No, it was not difficult. It was what I really liked because it was on the same eye level. Like it was not top down. You didn't have to apply for something. It was like more in a working together way. What you can do for the academy, and yeah, try to convince the jury. And yeah, they were happy with me. I was happy with them.
And what we always ask one question at the interviews, like you are becoming once you are a fellow, you become an ambassador as well. So what roles have you taken up since becoming a fellow?
I'm now doing the full-time course at the universities in Aalen and in Innsbruck, where I teach on the topic of myopia management. And yeah, doing some presentations. Also, we'll see in Riga if I get the confirmation. And yeah, just try to engage also with the students. And yeah.
And what other support did you give to the European Academy since becoming a fellow?
Yeah, we did the continuing education learning platform where we shared some cases from clinical practice.
Was that a SIG that you special interest group that you joined?
No. It was I don't know the exact name now, but it was like a sponsored session from Hoya where we shared different cases out of practice, and yeah, just to see how we applied this lens, for example, in practice, and the results, of course,
And I think it's really important to say as well. You've also written an article about the European Academy as well in your country, so don't forget that one. What tips do you have for fellowship candidates? Say, okay, keep that in mind. Things that helped you.
I mean, what I like a lot is to meet same-minded people, and you do that, of course, on all the meetings, and also the continuing education that the academy is providing. That's one thing that motivated me to get more into this topic because it's more than a job for me. Just to basically write the cases. I think that's the biggest reward because you learn something during writing them. So and you do it for good. And that's I don't know how many cases the people have to write. I had to write 3. It was quite a lot of work, but it was worth it, I would say. Yeah.
Definitely. Max, if you would like to stay on as well, because I'll just finish my little talk, and then at the end there's a lot of, I'm hoping to get a lot of questions and answers, and I think it's really for the candidates as well interesting to hear your opinion as well. So I'd like to thank you for answering the questions and just stay on for the end of the session. So once you're being accepted as a fellow of the academy, you are entitled to use the letters FEAO behind your name, and you will be expected to be an active member and ambassador of the academy, as we already said. Now, what does that mean? There's quite a lot of things. As you heard Max say, he would like to be part of the conference. You can join or run a special interest group. You can join an assessment panel, chair meetings at the conference, help with the reading of abstracts for the conference. So there's quite a lot of tasks you can do to be that ambassador and to help the European Academy further, and also spread the word about optometry in Europe. So there's a few deadlines. There's a slight timeline that I've got. The preparation is basically, if you have expression of interest, you can do that now. It's open it has been open for a few months already, but it's really now important to let me know if you would like to join. Then the submission of a sample case study. So that's for those that want to go for clinical. That's on the 31st of October. It's non-compulsory. And then we've got submission. The fee payment is on the 1st of December 2025, and submission of all the documents and the portfolio, the latest is 12th of December, and it has to be the 12th of December because of all the work that we have to do a first reading, second reading, and if necessary, let you know if we need some more information. So once we have all of that, then we invite you for the interview stage around March, April 2026, and then the interview date will be the 15th, so Friday the 15th of May. We'll do the interviews in Riga, and if it all goes well, you'll receive your fellowship on the evening of the 16th of May, and on the 17th of May in the morning, we'd like to present you to everybody who's in Riga at the conference. So please keep these dates in mind. Sometimes it does happen that we're all very, very busy and you're not able to make the 12th of December. That is not a problem, because then we just take it, keep your file and take it to a year later. So that would mean that you have your interview in 2027. And so do let us know if you can't make it on these dates, so that we still keep your file for a year later. So now I'm just going to keep the screen so that you can, this QR code is a QR code to get onto the website for becoming a fellow. If there are any questions, I'm just going to have a look if I have a chat here, so you can see something in the chat. Now I'm just going to please, if you have a question, let me know.
Okay, is it in chat or we can talk in
a talk? Because I think that if one person has a question, I know other people have the same question.
Oh yes. So can I speak? Can I start asking questions?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So basically, I'm from Nepal, and I was university faculty in Tribhuvan University. So I did my master's in bachelor's from Nepal and master's from India, and then I was university faculty for 3 years, and I have done my IACL fellowship in 2024 examination. In that examination, I become, I think, in second position, and I got my IACL fellowship. And then my life turns, and I have to move to Germany, and currently I am in Germany. So in Germany, definitely is a problem. Is the only one problem is language, and currently I'm learning language. Yes, it's quite difficult, and I'm thinking about doing this fellowship, and definitely I have to first enroll and wait 1 year. And yes, not locally published. I have written 3 books, which is basically in what do you call that, MCQ based, not like something else, and a few papers not in contact lens, but I have definitely done a good amount of what do you call that, student guide in the thesis, but yet I left the university. I have done a university job for 3 years. So what you suggest someone like me who is not currently not in the clinic, not in hospital, not in academic situations, like simply sitting here and doing my language course? So I think I need your advice on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've already given quite a lot of things that you've done. What we are looking at? So it will be interesting. You can send me your CV and I'll have a look. What you have done to improve optometry in your own country, for example, and what you can do to improve optometry in Europe. So that is what we're going to look at. So the best advice that I can give you is to if you send me your CV, I can have a look and read through it, what you have done, and then I can compare that to the table that we've got, and I can give you an advice whether you are eligible or not.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. So you can just send me the email and then with your CV, and I'll have a look.
Yeah, I love to. Yes.
Yeah, and that's actually for everybody who's not entirely sure, because what we really want to make sure is that it is. I remember when I spoke to the late Karen Sparrow, she said, "Sonia, are you a member yet? Are you a fellow yet?" And I was like, "Fellow? I'm not good enough." And she said, "No, just have a look and send everything through." And I was like, "Oh, I've done so much." Quite often we were not aware of what we have actually done because it's so much in our system that it has become normal, and it's actually not that normal. That's why I say just try it. Don't think I'm not good enough. Send it through. I'll have a look, and I will let you know whether you're eligible or not.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Georg.
Hey, hello together. Thank you, Sonia, for this wonderful presentation. So just I'm here. So unfortunately, I'm not a fellow yet, but it's definitely on my to-do list for next year. So this year I'm really busy. I'm wondering if I then become a fellow, what I have to do to keep the fellowship.
Yeah, so to keep your fellowship, we are looking at that ambassadorship. So for example, if you stay within, because you're also part of the committee, of course, if you're part of the committee, if you're reading through abstracts, if you give presentations in the European Academy, those all help to stay a fellowship, because that is true. It's not like, oh, I've got the fellowship and I stopped doing it and it's nice that I pay my fees. No, we really expect you to be an active fellow member as well.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So another thing why the fellowship is important as well is that in Europe, there's quite a lot of differences in the level of how optometry develops. And sometimes, you know, when you go to government, it's really difficult to explain the level that you have. And the fellowship, so the FEAOO behind your name, can also help for them to say, hey, wait a minute, this person is being looked on through all the optometrists to peers from optometric peers as being an optometrist who knows what is optometry, who knows about governance. So let's talk to that person. That is interesting. They can tell us more about how optometry has developed. So that's part of the whole European Academy ECO, to get optometry to a higher level and to make sure that all the countries in Europe have the same level of optometry and help you to develop optometry in your own country. Let's have a look if there's anybody that's more than enough time for questions. Let's look if I can see any hands. Feel free, don't be shy.
Please ask your questions. We have fellows from a few decades here as well.
I'll put the email in the chat.
I think Max had told us something really interesting, which Sonia, I think, talked about as well. When you apply for your fellowship, you realize how much you have done and what difference you can make. So it's a good time to reflect on your achievements and to be proud of that. And that's what we want to celebrate with everyone.
I see Olena, you've got a question as well.
Yes, thank you. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, my question is, I'm not going to apply this year in Riga, maybe next year. And today I've heard from you that to apply for fellowship, I have to be member of European Academy at least 1 year.
Yes.
So just want to clarify, for example, I still not a member, so I work in this field, but I didn't know these things. For example, if I will become a member now, for example, so it means that in a year, next October, I can apply for fellowship to 2027. Just to clarify.
That's correct. Yes, that is completely correct. And that's for everybody. So if you are not a member yet and you join us today, then you can apply for 26, 27. So your interview will be in 27, in May 27. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hopefully I will do it in the future.
If I may say, I would push Olena to do it. Hi, hello, everyone.
Hello, Charbel.
We work together, and it's a beautiful surprise. I didn't know that, Olena, you are interested. So I'll take care of you. So
very good.
I've been through this, and yeah. And I'm so glad that you are
tomorrow.
here, by the way. Yeah, okay.
It took Charbel some time. I remember 2017 talking.
I remember several times you came by, and each time we opened this conversation, and as Sonia said, I always thought that, oh, am I gonna really be able to do it? And that's why, oh, sorry, I'm not opening my cam. Now I can see you maybe. Hi, hello.
Hi.
So every time I was saying, okay, am I able really to do it? I don't think that I'm able to do it. And thanks, Rupal, because I still remember that you walked 3 meters and then you came back and you told me, are you gonna apply this year or not? So, and this is where I said, okay, I promise you, I'm gonna do it next year. And I've just done it. And I'm happy for that. And I'm really, it's, thank you for your encouragement, Rupal. And yeah, happy for this.
What I find with the candidates that they're so humble, and I've got a few people from my own university that are applying, and they're like, you know, is it good enough? And then I'll just summarize what they've done. They're like, oh yeah, I have done a few things. And with the reflection, because we also asked for some reflection, we've got some questions in the portfolio that are guiding you through that that reflection. So it isn't that difficult. And I've got actually a question. Yes, well, we are the European Academy of Optometry and Optics. The question is, can you please clarify if opticians can apply for the fellowship, or is it only for optometrists? I haven't had any opticians as far as I remember.
We have optician fellows.
Yes, we have, yeah, because I haven't, in the 2 years, 3 years I've done it, I haven't come across, but yes, they can.
We have amazing optician fellows.
Yeah.
You know, one of them, Elaine Grisdell, is one, who is an optician. Fiona Anderson.
Oh, of course, yes,
who are on the board of trustees. Fiona Anderson was the president of the Association of International Opticians, and she's about to become the spectacle makers, the oldest professional body of optics in the world.
Yeah.
Master spectacle maker in October as well. So definitely opticians, optometrists, contact lens opticians are welcome.
Yeah. Because this is the other thing. If you are in a country where optometry is quite new, it is actually the opticians that are trying to get the profession and advanced profession. So those are the ones that I remember my country. Those are the ones that actually had to go and speak to government. They've worked so hard, and I think it's a good thing to give them the fellowship as well. Definitely.
We'll accept ophthalmologists as well, as long as they're promoting opticians and optometrists.
Yeah. Let's have a look, because there's a few more people that also still coming in. At the moment, I can't see any hands. No, not anymore. No more questions, I think.
Those who are fellows, your experience of how the process was? I know Shabelle has told us his experience, Max has told us his experience. Any other fellows willing to stand up? Daniela?
Well, I mean, it's like becoming a part of a family, really.
Yeah.
You suddenly get more faces to put to the European Academy. You get a closer exchange, and you just feel more involved. It's just so much more engaging being part of this fellowship family. So and as you say, it's actually probably most of us are, without even having to do much, would qualify to become fellows. And it's being an ambassador in your own country. And I think it's more than ever important that all the different European countries really move together and create a close exchange of ideas as to how move optometry forward and optics, of course, and to just exchange ideas and harmonize, really. Sonia, I don't recall if you've mentioned how high the fees are to become a fellow.
Oh yes, that's a good one. Because I never get involved with it. It's something that Christina does.
I don't remember myself, actually.
I can't remember. Was it 100?
It's 250, I think, for the application.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's 100 for a membership, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
110 for the membership. Yes.
Yeah.
And 250 for the fellowship. Yeah.
So it's not.
Might be 275. I don't know now. Because it was 250 when I was doing it, but I don't know if it's gone up to 275.
I don't remember. It's too long ago.
So once you apply, once you send an email to me, I will allocate you with either myself or Ving. And they're going to be, Ving or myself are going to be a point of call. And as I said, if we have a lot of candidates, then we'll ask another person to help us, because it's easier if you have one person. We all have our own other jobs as well. So we've decided to split the workload a little bit between at least two people.
Can I ask a question maybe to, I don't know, Daniela or Sonia, for the website? If you check, because in the past we were able to check the fellows and the partners. And now if you check the fellows, I don't know if it's a bug or something, but it always takes you to the member login.
Oh.
Yes, because of GDPR and security reasons, it's only available to members to log in, and then they can see.
But even if you log in to members, it doesn't take you there.
Okay, that I didn't know, Shabelle. So when I tested, it was fine. I will make sure we correct that. So again, anyone who is a member and is thinking of becoming a fellow and needs to see if there is someone whom you can approach in your country, that would be a nice way for them to find out if there's another fellow that they could approach. So yes, we will make sure that that is working. And thank you.
It seems to work when I sign in. I can see them all here.
Yes, that I think maybe that's might be a bug that we need to check, because I think we were testers or we were beta testers, so we might have access. So we'll just,
because I have the list here.
we'll just make sure we double check that, Chabelle, just to make
Yeah.
sure everyone has access.
Yeah.
No, oh, there's some questions coming through. As a business,
There was a message from Brendan.
yeah, there's one above that as well, which I'm reading through.
Okay. So
Aruba, if you can send me your CV, I'll have a look and do the counting of numbers to see for which category you can apply for.
And then encourage everyone to submit your abstracts to present, because a poster or a presentation at the conference gives you 10 points.
Yes.
Because that easy 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
20 points if you do a presentation and a poster.
and the deadline is fast approaching. It's the end of September for next year. So
I love Brandon's comment. Okay, Brandon, I'm going to put you on my list. So at one point, I will start to send you emails so that you become a member and a fellow.
it's high time he became a member.
I'll put you on the list, Brandon.
Don't be expecting a Christmas present from Sonia, though, Brendan.
No, no.
On the list.
It's on the naughty list. Let's see if there's any more questions. Yeah, I don't see any more questions. So I'm just going to share my screen again so that you can see the QR code. So the QR code on the screen, I think you can see that now, can't you? That QR code will guide you to our page, fellowship page, where you can also find my email address and find more information. And the QR code on the last slide, that is the QR code to become a member of the European Academy. So if you join, if you haven't joined yet and you join now, that means that you're going to be on the list for 26, 27. I'll stop this. If there's any more. And if you can send me an email on my own email, so not in the chat, but just on to a personal email, it's easier.
Thank you, everyone, for your interest, for the lovely discussion, asking questions. Thank you to our fellows, Mac, Chabelle, Daniela, for sharing your experiences for this. And we now know we've got like a target for photos of those who are going for 2026 and those who are going for 2027.
Yes.
And Sonia will be on with her list and checklists and will emailing you and saying, how are you getting on? What can we do to support you to achieve your fellowship as well? Okay, please do consider it. It's a good time to reflect on all of the good things you have done and the difference you're making to your colleagues, to your patients, and to your nation's health. So we look forward to that.
Thank you.
Sonia, last words before we...
I'm looking forward to a lot of new fellows and to advise you all. I love doing it, so please send me your questions and I'll get back to you with all the steps that you need to go through, and hopefully to see you in real life in Riga next year.
Thank you for interesting presentation. So see you in Riga.
See you in Riga, Elena.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you, everyone.